serious problems.
Yo, Jimmy, what's your serious problem?
Oh, mate, my serious problem is that, like, had a great show, lots of banter, and as soon as you say something controversial, you get so much lashback and so much shit. So now you're going to be boring and tame, and that's not how we like you, Mika. We like you with a bit of fire, and I think all our listeners would agree that that's the best. The best Mika is the Mika that's got a bit of fire. And you're going to be a bit depressed today, I'm guessing. So then it's going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to be like the most boring it's going to be like even worse than the Devin Kershaw show. It's going to be the most boring podcast ever now.
Shots being fired. I like it that I said, oh mate, I think I'll not say so much stupid shit for a bit now. And then you just like start with the controversy straight away. That's good times.
Yeah, mate. Somebody's got to carry the boats, mate.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
At least
I'm happy to take over, mate. I'll take over that.
Okay,
position.
so you know it's like really important if you're taking over my role now that you just say insane amounts of outrageous shit.
Yeah.
Let's start with the weekend then. What's your general feeling about Oberhof?
It was not a Skirious weekend, mate. That's for sure. At least not a Skirious problem weekend. But honestly, it was nice. Good weather.
Yeah.
Good tracks, and actually there was like some crowds.
But like this is the only thing this is like the most controversial thing I'll say on this podcast. Doing a cross-country race. Like they organized it super well, so hats off to Oberhof. But doing a cross-country race in one of the biggest biathlon stadiums of the world, it just doesn't look very good on television.
Yeah, because it just looks so empty. But the infrastructure there, the fact that they built a stadium like this for basically one sport, 1.5 sports, is absolute wild. Like, is crazy how good it is there, like the infrastructure.
Yeah, there's in Oberhof there's nothing they don't have. It's unreal. This is like also something that's a little bit funny. If you look at some mid-European skiers, quite often they're like, oh yeah, but like if you look at the infrastructure they have in Scandinavia, and then I'm like, I do remember very well that we went for a summer training camp once with Team GB when I was joining you guys on camps to Songjefjell. Songjefjell is nice in June, but Songjefjell in the summer is on the top of the mountain and there's one road and there's nothing else. And we managed to have a fucking good training camp there. So yeah, if it's for infrastructure, I must say that probably Germany is one of the countries that's actually leading.
Yeah, I mean, like Oberstdorf is also super good. I've never been to Ruhpolding, but it looks also good. So like, honestly, I think the stadium in Oberhof has to be better than any stadium in Norway. I don't think Holmenkoll's any better.
No,
or at least at least as good. Like,
also, if we're talking about like quality of the tracks, there's first of all there's a ski tunnel, and then if we talk about like quality of tracks, like I don't know who came up with that track that we were racing on Sunday in Oberhof, but that was a tough track. Oh my god.
Yeah,
it was also really tough because I was really shit.
Yeah, mate. Well, both of us here, mate. Both of us. But it was wild how. Yeah, it's the one thing I could say that maybe they could have done better is that when they made like a massive stadium, they could have made a 5K track. Like the fact that it only made 4K and then we do like a ridiculous sort of like out and back. It works actually surprisingly well. But
I was just gonna say the ridiculous out and back was like probably the hardest part of the whole stadium.
Yeah, but I was actually impressed how good it was.
Yeah.
Right,
also, it was sun in Oberhof, which is not very usual.
Yeah. So now we've said lots of positive things. We need to balance it out with all the negatives.
Yeah.
Want to get going, mate?
You know what? I'm gonna leave the negative stuff to you this time, since talking lots of controversial shit is not working out for me so well these days.
Nah, but it's not so much controversial shit, but how did it go? We were supposed to record a podcast last weekend, and I gave you a little call on Friday, and then it was like the standard Mika, like the little puppy that's got his toy removed, and he's just like, oh, I've got a bit of sore for like whining. So I guess that probably didn't help you on Sunday.
Nah, probably not. Also, I did come from altitude. So I went on Friday straight to Oberhof from Paso de la Vatse. But then I was like kind of justifying being shit to that. But then the problem is that both Nia and Get and Korostelev also came straight from altitude. And then I'd say, yeah, but like I trained quite a bit, and I trained quite hard. But the problem is also I was talking to Nia and Get, and he's trained quite a bit more and quite a bit harder than me.
Yeah.
And so I'm a bit worried. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not so worried, mate. Like I remember in Baito, you were also saying how worried you were and so on, and then a week later you were on the podium and like almost won the race. So I think things can turn around pretty quick, especially if you feel like you were not 100% and like you never know with skis and so on. It was like, yeah, but it was funny because I was starting the race and you started like maybe like 5-6 minutes in front of me, and I just saw you. I saw you on the screen, and I saw you were like plus, like you were like 30 plus, and I was like, "Fuck, Mika's not having a good race." And then I saw your hair, mate, and your hair was just like fucking everywhere, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was gonna go with a headband. I was like, "Oh my god!" and like ran back to my bag and got a headband and put the headband on to look a bit less like a fanny.
Yeah, that's what you get when you're in the zone and when you're not really talking to people for like 3-4 weeks. Basically ever after Davos when I got ill, and then I decided I was going to be like super professional and do all the right things, and I basically stopped caring about my hair or my looks. Not that I do care about that for the rest of the year, which is better in my case. But yeah, no, honestly, mate, the only thing I can say about the whole weekend is that I'm fucking depressed.
Yeah, I was the same. Like, I was 32nd on the sprint, so it was like 0.2 from going forward, like in the quarter.
Yeah.
And it's like I was 0.1 or 0.2 from Valerio Grand, who then went to the final. Like
Yeah.
it is so tight. It was 5 seconds, and when I got to the finish, I was like, it was soft and heavy, and I didn't feel so great. But like 5 seconds should be able to go through. And
Yeah.
then 30 seconds is crazy. But we talked about it with Mosabi, who was 30, and we were saying like if you add Clabo and Shanava, they probably would have won with like a second and a half over the second or third. So then suddenly it would have been 6.5 seconds, and then actually that's like pretty standard World Cup, especially this year.
Yeah.
But still, from 1 to 30 it was less than 5 seconds. I was exactly plus 5 seconds, and it didn't work. So
Yeah, that is true. That
So
is
I
true.
was
But what
very-
also was fucking cool to watch during the sprint was that actually Valeria went to the final with the 30th prologue time. It was
Yeah.
wild.
that actually almost never happens.
No, it was
But-
wild. But the best thing about the sprint though was our week's guest Coletta crashing in the quarterfinal, making it to the final, going to the podium there. I was like, Skirious problems effect. But you know
Yeah,
what's
mate.
also funny? Like all the guests that we get, they get good on the podcast, but it just seems that like the more podcasts we do, the worse we get.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I think that might be the case, mate. Maybe we should stop. We should
Yeah.
be guests. Next time we're gonna invite a guest, and we're gonna say, right, you're the host and we're the guests, so then we become good. We'll do that.
Wait, but then
before
we
the-
should just get Matt C. Smith back on the podcast because he just owned it anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true.
But what else happened in the sprint, mate? There was Lars Heggen. That was like
First
I
World
mean,
Cup victory.
he was so good in Norwegian champs, and like what a bowler. Is it the youngest? Did he beat Clabo's record? I think he.
I don't think he. I think maybe he just didn't beat Clabo's record.
Okay, but anyway, either he beat it or he didn't. I thought I read somewhere that he beat it, but
He might. He
he's
might.
very close. So like he's en route to be like one of the best skiers of all time. And Clabo didn't used to be so good at distance.
Yeah.
Lars is also super good at distance. So,
But don't forget, like Clabo in a 2017 season, I think he won like what, 6 or 7 World Cups before the new year, and that's like when he was around Lars's age now.
17, 18, you mean?
2017, 18. Then
Yeah.
he won distance in Ruka, distance in Lillehammer. He even won the skiathlon there.
Did he win the distances already? Yeah, okay, yeah, right. So
But I was
maybe I-
actually I was chatting to or chatting is a very big word. I had like a brief conversation with XC skiing universe, cross country
Yeah.
skiing universe, and we both agreed that you cannot compare him to Clabo because Clabo is just uncomparable. It's like the guy's won more than 100
Yeah.
World Cups, and it's like, and I think we're gonna post the podcast tonight. Have you read anything or heard anything about the Olympic uttak for Norway?
I think it should be tomorrow. From what Lars told me, they should decide tomorrow.
So then tomorrow we're gonna see, because as of now there's quite a few parallels between Lars Heggen and Petter Northug.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we're gonna know if there's like the ultimate parallel as well. So if he's not gonna go to the Olympics, mate, I think we should be worried for our future, because we're not gonna be winning so many races then either, even if
Yeah.
Clabo's gonna quit at some point.
Just to give a bit of background to the people listening, I can't remember what year. 2006, yeah, I was going to say 2006, Torino. Petter Northug wasn't selected for the Olympics because he was, or they said because he was too young, I think. But he was
Yeah, and
definitely-
also because he didn't have any like international top results, but he won Norwegian championships. He beat the guy that proceeded to be the final leg guy for their for the relay. Was it
Yeah.
the Torut Hofstad?
Mate,
I think it was
can't
Hofstad.
remember. Yeah.
So he beat him in the relay as the last guy, and that guy ended up bringing the gold home for Norway. So yeah, there was lots of controversy around that at that time. If Lars Heggen is not going to be going to the Olympics now, then there's going to be quite a bit of controversy over that as well.
Yeah.
So in like 8 years from now, we're going to read in the newspaper that he's crashed his car driving drunk somewhere, and then like in 9 years from now, it's World Championships 2035, and he's just going to like win everything.
Yeah. And then a bit later he's gonna cry on TV and everybody's gonna be sad because it's like fallen heroes.
Yeah, and then 20 years from now, he's gonna get like these young pricks like us begging him to come on the pod. Good times, good times.
Anything else happening in the sprint, mate?
Nah, but I think we should proceed to Sunday. Keep it short, and we've made a massive mistake by pre-selecting our MVPs. How the hell did we leave out Carolina Grötting being 5th in her World Cup debut?
Yeah, I know, that was a bit wild. Anyway, amazing performance. Like, she's been like fucking good from the start of the season. I think she got sick in Baito, and so she wasn't selected to Ruka and so on, and then has been super good.
She's actually had a family tragedy. I think her grandfather died just before her start at the Baito, and then she tried competing still, but actually just couldn't manage because the emotional stress was just too high. I think she even got like some kind of, I don't know, but she got ill after it, and massive shit show. And then she came back at the end of December by doing really well in what
Even
was
in
it?
Golo, so
Norwegian
basically
Cup?
it was, Norwegian Cup, then Scandinavian Cup,
And
and
then
then
now she's leading the Scandinavian Cup, going to her first World Cup ever, becoming 5th. Like that's
actually wild. And like
that's actually wild. Team Unlegust. We're just gonna say it again. We've said it a million times. Team Unlegust.
And Maren Wangenstein, she was also like 13th or 15th. She's from same team. They've just been, and like on Norwegian champs, we got Casper Herland, who's been like so fucking good as well.
Yeah, it was 4th in the skiathlon, I think, or 5th.
Yeah, 4th.
4th or 5th. 4th.
So
yeah.
that team is like, I was talking to Andrew Young about it. I was like, fuck this, like this never happens. The fact that like one team is so good with everyone in it is so good.
Do we?
Like,
I think
I don't remember like ever.
we need to ask
like,
the people here. we need to ask our listeners, should we, instead of begging Petter Northug to come on our show, should we start begging the coach of Team Anlegust and try and find out how the hell they got so good?
But it's not just like they've got so good. It's like the whole team.
Yeah,
That's what's
it's
crazy.
like everybody on that team is successful now.
And like usually there's always one person or two people that get absolutely like smashed by the training. They've done, from what I've seen, they've done lots and lots of training, and seems to work for everyone. So yeah, that was definitely
Also going to be interesting for next year though, to see, can they keep the team together, or is it like gonna fall apart? Because obviously there's gonna be some offers from national teams, because I'm guessing that on the women's side, if Carolina keeps on skiing well now, she will get an offer to be on the national team. If Einar Hedegaard's not going to get an offer to be on the national team, I'm not going to say anything controversial. That's what you're going to do, Jamie, but it would be very special. Let's say it like this.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the fact that they hadn't offered a spot for Olympics to Carolina Simpson Larsen before Tour de Ski, I thought was absolutely wild. When she was the
me
only,
too.
before Tour de Ski, she was the only woman
That won a
Norwegian
World Cup for
to have
Norway.
won a World Cup for Norway, and she
Yeah.
did not get selected in the Olympic format as well, and she did not
Yeah,
get
yeah.
selected.
But that's another
after Tour de
person
Ski.
that we have there, like Cara Simpson Larsen. I must say that this is obvious. She's going to get an offer from the national team as well. So it'll be interesting to see if they'll be able to keep the group together, and then if new people will come in, and if some people are going to leave, if they'll be able to keep that flow up, keep the rhythm going, and keep performing on that level.
But I think Gröting could have had a chance to go to Olympics as well if she had managed to.
Yeah,
perform
I
in
agree.
Baito. Like, she's just performing a little bit late now.
Yeah.
So, but if she continues like that, she could also get a spot on the national team.
And also, if she continues like that, I think it's very realistic that she will at least fight for a World Cup podium.
Yeah.
If she manages World Cup podium, then we'll get three different people from a private team consisting of 5 people. Or is it 6? 5 or 6? I'm not sure. Ending up with a World Cup podium.
It's absolutely wild. And also, we haven't seen Casper Herland's going to be on World Cup soon, and he's going to be fucking.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the thing. He gets selected for Norway. And when you get selected for Norway, as a guy especially,
Yeah.
like, you're always in the mix for fighting for World Cup podium.
For sure.
Honestly, if both Carolina and Kasper manage to get a podium, I think they should just eliminate Landslaget and just like promote Team Anlegust to the new Landslaget.
Exactly.
Jimmy, we're 19 minutes in. We're not talking anything about racing. Tell me your last
we are.
exciting fact about the race.
I've got some super good stuff. First of all, Kalle Halvorsen. 5th?
Legend.
What? No, was he 6th maybe?
Sixth.
Because 5th was Kurosolev.
Korostelev,
fourth
yeah. 4th was Elia.
Elia Barb, which is like that. Those 3 guys. That's like impressive.
And so cool to see.
Yeah, super cool to see. Kalle Halvorsen back from the dead. And
Unreal. He's arisen.
Mate, I've heard something that's you will fucking love. I had a spy that was on the bus yesterday, driving to the airport, and there was Anders Byström in front of him doing an Excel sheet, doing the selection for Olympics, and Kalle Halvorsen's name was on it. I swear.
This is the news we need.
Yeah, but the thing is, my guess is that it was just his opinion or whatever. It's probably not just down to him, but I think it's great banter that somebody saw that.
But as of now, so what you're saying, Jimmy,
yeah,
and this is very important for the audience, not me, Jimmy saying this, is that according to the head coach of Sweden, Kalle Halvorsen's in for the Olympics.
I mean, I think that's what he means, yeah. But to be fair, I think he should be, because like the Swedish team hasn't been so amazing this year, apart from Anger.
Yeah.
And like being 6 on one race is like he's beaten.
And he knows how to win races. So if he'll get in a situation where it's like win or not win, he at least knows what to do.
Yeah. So I kind of support it. It would have been nice to see like a new generation of Swedish guys going.
Nah, mate, fuck
But
the new generation. We love Kalle.
yeah, we love Kalle. But do we love him though?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
he
we
did.
do.
Yeah, but we asked him if he wanted to be on the podcast. And
I
he
was
didn't
talking
fucking
to him
answer.
in Oberhof, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Mate, you want to be on the podcast?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it."
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, just send me a message or something." And I was like, "Yeah, or how about you just answer to any of the messages we've sent you previously?"
Yeah, that's funny.
Good
But to be
times.
fair, he had to perform on that day, so
Yeah. But he
we'll
did.
let him off. He did, and that was cool to see. Anything else? Have we missed anything? Women's
No.
Moila winning as well. Maybe we should.
Teresa Stadlober being second by
Yeah.
0.7 seconds with an insane second lap.
Yeah, that's true. Insane finish. And I've noticed something. Top 3 of the overall, all Salomon skiers, mate. Moa Ilar, Jessie Diggins, Maja Dahlqvist.
She third in the overall.
I think so. She's leading the Spring Cup. Yeah.
Tell you what, actually, Teresa Stadlober, if she'll keep on skiing like this, she's gonna end up being on the pole in a pole for people not speaking Norwegian. A pole is a podium.
Yeah.
I think she might actually end up in a podium in the overall distance cup.
That's possible, yeah.
Yeah, very possible because she's gonna race most of the races. I think she's not gonna race Goms this weekend. I'm gonna race Goms. You heard it here first.
Yeah. And mate, I was going to ask you this. You were supposed to race the sprint on Saturday. Are you going to race the team sprint Olympics?
That's not up to me anymore.
Yeah. Shit.
That's
So are you hoping for it, or?
yeah, I hope for it. But I think when I'm in great shape, I can do an okay prologue, and I think in Olympics an okay prologue should be enough to go through, and I think I can be quite decent in the main event.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's not up to me. So if they want to take a safer option, then they're probably gonna put up Futtinger and Moser, which is totally understandable because
Yeah.
they're just much safer to do well in a prologue than I am. And if they want to take a chance, then they're gonna put up me and Moser. So, but that's not up to me. It's as simple as that.
Mate, do you want to do one last thing? Do you want to give us? For now, there's been 6 Norwegians that have been selected for the Olympics on the men's side. Do you want to give us the last 2? I guess because it's going to be revealed tomorrow.
I think I'm a bit foreign actually, or like on the sprinter spot, I'm actually like I've made up my opinion. I think as a sprinter they should send Lars Heggen. He's so young, he's got the momentum, he's shown that he can win now.
Yeah.
Yes, it was not an Olympic distance, the World Cup now, but he did win an Olympic distance in the Norwegian Championships against his opponent, Ansgar Evensen, who is fighting with for the spot now. Oscar Opstad-Vika, we just don't know. Will he get healthy? Will he get fit? And I think when you have a team of that quality, there's just no space for ifs, buts, and maybes. And so I think as a sprinter, in my opinion, I love Ansgar, but I think they should really send Lars Heggen. And as of the distance, guys, it's going between Fjorden Ree and Emil Iversen. Now, I was saying Emil Iversen because he has, 3 podiums on World Cup this year, which is a good track record. But I think I might have changed my mind during the Norwegian Championships. Because there's been, now correct me if I'm wrong, there's been 4 10K individual starts with both him and Hedegaard on the start. One, he's fucked up massively, Davos. But
Altitude.
you
altitude.
and I know it's on altitude. Davos is a very different track of any other World Cup track or from what we're going to find in the Olympics. And in all the other events, he was the only one being close to Hedegaard. So I think if they want to go with a safe medal, they should take Ree, but then also, I'm being very realistic. And being very realistic means that Hedegaard's going to race the 10K, Clabo's going to race the 10K, Amundsen's going to race the 10K, and Nienget's going to race the 10K. I just don't see anybody of those 4 not racing the 10K. So that would already mean that Fjorden Ree is left out of the distance already. And when it comes to the mass start distances, the skiathlon distance and the 50K, I think they should take Iversen because there's just a bigger chance that he'll medal in a mass start than Fjorden Re, in my opinion.
I think they should, if they're gonna select, or like what I would actually love to see, because I think they both deserve it so much, is Lars Heggen on the sprint spot, Andreas Fjorden Re on the distance spot, and I think Fjorden Re should get to race the 10K skate because he's shown that he's the only one that can fight against Hedegaard.
Yeah, but who's he gonna replace? But who's he gonna replace?
Amundsen, Clabo.
Yeah, but I like
square.
We're like both you and me know cross country skiing. I think that Clabo should not race the 10K because like he's proven time after time after time after time that that's not his thing, and there's just people in the world that are better than that.
What's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? This is not gonna be a problem because what's gonna happen is they're gonna select Lars Heggen and Ansgar Evensen. They're gonna select 2 sprinters. I bet you they're gonna select them.
If I actually think they should, and you know why? Because I think it doesn't matter if they're gonna take Emil Iversen and Fjorden Re. I think there's a realistic chance that they won't get to do a race because I just don't think they'll be put up for an event. So in that case, I think they should actually take a sprinter.
Yeah,
2 sprinters.
For me, Fjorden Re is guaranteed medal. Like if you start him in a 10K, like for sure medal.
But I just don't see him start in a 10K. Like I want to because I think he deserves it and I think he's super good.
It so much. Yeah,
But then also he does have somewhat of a track record to not make it when it matters. And when you go to the Olympics for Norway, do you want to take a chance with Fjorden Re, who's been fourth like what 1 million times in his life?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna take 4 guys of which you know, like anytime it matters, they're always there?
Yeah. Right, mate. I think
we're done.
We're done. Thanks for tuning in.
Leave us a comment what you think tonight. If you listen to this tonight, leave us a comment what you think who Norway should take.
And also, we were not so depressed, so it wasn't so bad.
True. Right. This is a 10-minute segment of the podcast. We're 30 minutes in, so peace out. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Serious problems.